Hello everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be the daily collective message for April the 20th. Keep in mind, timing and energy is fluid. This reading could play out today or over the next several days. This reading may or may not be for you, so please only take with you the messages that resonate and leave behind the rest. This reading is also not sign specific, but I will call out any zodiac signs that I feel need mentioning throughout the reading. Before jumping in with the cards, I want to talk about the astrology today. We are officially in Taurus season. The sun entered into Taurus late last evening before midnight. So we do have a sextile today between the sun in Taurus and Lilith in Cancer at 0 degrees 38. I found it very interesting. I definitely went in like a timeline shifting energy when I was looking at the astrology this morning. I was actually 38 years old when I met my counterpart, and he is a Cancer. So the energy was very light this morning. It was this feeling of love kind of being restored for my own twin flame journey. And I just thought that was an interesting tidbit I wanted to share with you all, because I've learned so much about who I am and what I came here to do through astrology and the tarot. So the sun in Taurus is going to be in the 9th house in Aries at 11 degrees 10. So I feel this completion energy. Many of us are coming into this inner state of balance, wholeness of self. And we kind of got to go into those dark Lilith aspects in order to bring everything into the light that's kind of been repressed in the shadows. So Lilith is kind of like our repressed aspects, the parts of ourselves that are unloved and don't feel worthy. So, and with Lilith in the 11th house of Gemini, that's all about communication, duality. It is the sign of the twins at 20 degrees 07. So I feel we're entering into a whole new cycle when it comes to our mystic healing capabilities with the energies today. And what I kept hearing the guides say this morning as I was channeling the energies was, it's time for all of us to accept our uniqueness. And when the sun forms a sextile to Lilith, we're kind of all being asked to be that beacon of light, to embrace our independence, and to be that radical nuisance in society. So, you know, many of us throughout our lives, we are met with struggles, challenges, traumatic events that kind of repress our creative talents and our individualistic traits. And we are here to proudly run free with our wild side, without any fear of criticism or rejection. So it is this breakdown of any false traditions, and I think many of us are kind of starting to question the status quo for our life, and we can't be afraid of any negative consequences when it comes to stepping into our own individuality, our authenticity, our own uniqueness. So we're kind of being asked to step up, to bring our unique vibration into the world and teach others how to step into their own shoes themselves. So get ready to tap into some wild inner instincts in the energies today. It is very freeing is what I feel. And I think what the energy translates to today is radical acceptance of who you are. We're here to speak our mind out. We're here to expect others to do the same. When we live a life of authenticity, then we're going to attract authentic people in our lives. And then when we become confident in our spiritual abilities, that's when we can step into all kinds of abundant spiritual wealth, material wealth, and success will likely come easy when you're in your authenticity. So we're going to talk about a couple little factors, because we're all kind of being asked to radiate our powerful magnetic vitalities. And we're here to kind of release any fears about defeat. And with the sun sextile Lilith, you might want to consider where you need to kind of stand out from any traditional ways. Many of us are born into a certain family structure, certain traditions, values, and what is expected of us. And we're kind of breaking free from that status quo and kind of tapping into our own eccentric behaviors. And And when you are openly accepting of who you are, then people can accept you for who you are. And if they don't accept you for who you are, then they're not your people, okay? So where are you needing to grasp your own sense of self and expression that makes you a unique individual? We're not here to be afraid of others' disapproval. So, release any shame or unfamiliar feelings when it comes to the status quo, and be ready to kind of embrace being happy in your own skin is the big message. When we break free from these stereotypes, then we can truly enjoy extended freedom in all areas of our life. So Lilith, my Lilith is in Libra, so I have a very overdeveloped sense of justice and equality. So depending on where your Lilith is, right now Lilith is in Cancer, so this is going to be highlighting codependencies in our life, and I feel we're kind of being asked to find that adventurous spirit, our inner adventurous spirit. And when we do that, then we can experience these states of transcendence, these states of euphoria, and we can really step into living a fulfilling life the way we want to live it for ourselves, not the way our parents tell us to live it, not the way the schooling system tells us to live it. We're here to kind of be those leaders, those trailblazers, those preachers of self-acceptance. And when we break these shackles of conservatism and the status quo, then we can truly realize our own dream and then embrace our due fame in the world. So what came through was healing once and for all. When Lilith makes any kind of positive aspect to the sun, like a trine or a sextile, there is potential for real powerful healing at the soul level. The sun's rays are kind of like shining down upon Lilith's tired energy, and we're going to finally feel seen and truly heard. So it's this energy of personal validation coming through, and maybe you're going to be feeling this for the first time ever in your life. So we're being asked to share our authenticity, to share our warmth, and to feel this gratitude of being able to connect to God's source energy in such a deep and sincere way. So when we restore that connection to our guides, the angels, and our higher self, then we can kind of, put back together the way we want to be in profound and long-lasting ways. So with all Lilith aspects, there is the energy of perhaps projecting darkness onto others. It's not always easy breezy when it comes to Lilith energy. So you might be facing some opposition if you're stepping into your authenticity. And I feel the energy is asking us to fully inhabit these scorching rays of the sun and to bring that Lilith energy out of the shadows. So you might be met with some projection in the energy today, especially if you've been in the shadow, or, if you've been playing the blame game. And I think we're all kind of being asked to stand in that light of truth. Lilith in low vibration is hurt. She's outraged, and she'll withdraw into the darkness or lash out and project, refusing to carry another shadow. We're not here to carry another shadow. So I think the energy is possibly going to bring forward some misunderstandings and hurt feelings on both ends when it comes to personal relationships. But we are all perfectly imperfect is a big message. And not everything in this world is black and white, like the Gemini, black and white, light and dark. So, if people are opposing you stepping into your own individuality, you're just kind of asked to kind of flow through the energies, take a step back, maybe sit on the sidelines a bit. Don't play into any triggering energies today, because the sun is trying to bring forward this warmth energy when it comes to any repulsions or any negative judgmental energies. And when we reconfigure our thought processing and we understand the energies that we're working with, and we really step into the light, then we can truly enjoy the fruits of our labor on the spiritual journey. So it's a very creating energy. We're here to create safe, warm space for ourselves and for other people to be themselves. And if you are working on, this energy of self-disclosure, I encourage you to do it with love. We all have failures in our life. Failures are how we learn. We don't grow and learn if we're not met with challenges and failures. And a failure is just an opportunity to do things in a better way. So I think the energy is bringing us closer to the nature of who we truly are. And depending on what kind of relationship you're involved with, if you're in a relationship, this can be a profound, undeniable aspect to work with. And what come through is honesty. You have to be really willing to see another's point of view if you are to become this magic glue that can hold everything together, especially for your own life. So let's jump in with some cards and see what other energies need to come through. Letting go. So what do you need to release in your life? We're never, ever in control. We might think we're in control, but the divine is always in control. So when we release and surrender, that's when the universe can kind of step in and do its job. So be mindful. Be mindful of the self-talk that you bring forward into your life. If you're speaking negatively about yourself, then you're only limiting your growth and your expansion. And then you're going to play into all of these limiting behaviors. And you're going to feel stuck, you're going to feel stagnant, and you're going to feel depleted. So there's definitely something about divine timing in the energies today. And Spirit knows, Spirit's always watching us. They know what kind of work we've done, what lessons we've already integrated, and they know the next part of the journey that we're ready for. So get ready to step into your light working mission. We are all very powerful light beings, and we came to Earth to shine healing light on humanity. So let's keep going and see what else needs to come through. Pay attention to the guidance that you've been receiving from your angelic team. You know, we all go through very tough situations in our life, and life is never perfect. I still face challenges on and off throughout my journey as well. But when you connect to your guidance from your spirit team, then you can kind of be redirected and flow through any changes that are kind of taking place when it comes to your own personal expansion journey. So practice unconditional love, and that guidance from Spirit want to make an appearance again. So when we show unconditional love to ourselves, when we step into our authenticity without fear of judgment, that's when we can really call in our true soul family. And you know, when we step into unconditional love of self, then we are promoting healthy relationships all the way around. So get ready for a lot of reflection in the energies today. Reflection on what it is that maybe you still need to heal below the surface, and feed yourself that love. So I feel a major teaching situation. Something is being addressed in the energies today. And we are all teachers of some sort. We have all learned some major life lessons along the journey. So maybe you're involved in a situation that is helping you evolve, or perhaps helping another evolve. And you don't have to be a conscious teacher to teach somebody a lesson. We unconsciously go through life until we go through this awakening process. And sometimes people teach us lessons, and sometimes we teach them lessons. And you might not even be aware that you're this teacher for somebody, but there's definitely a major lesson coming full circle, and you're going to need to be open to receiving the clarity that's coming through. And when we allow our thoughts to kind of just flow through us and release them, then we know we're kind of trusting in that intuition, trusting in that gut feeling. So you really got to go with that first gut instinct, is a big message. And the more you lean into that intuition, the more you can follow that. So, and there's a fine line between intuition and fear. So you are being nudged to trust in that gut instinct. There's definitely a lesson being learned that is going to be like a gift when it comes to your human experience, when it comes to trusting in your intuition and being guided by your higher self. And your higher self always knows what's best for you. So follow that guidance, because we're kind of calling in our true soul family. When you step into authenticity, that's when you can really call in some amazing friendships. If you're working on manifesting a romantic partnership, you really need to be in that authenticity. You can't have any masks on when it comes to a divine union. So get ready to embrace a lot of soul growth in the energies today, and to release people that have been depleting you and keeping you stuck and stagnant. There's a huge release in the energy as we're kind of being asked to kind of clear out any debris, any blockages as we inch closer to the first eclipse. So trust in your intuition. We are always watched over by our predecessors, our ancestors, our guides, and maybe you're being asked to impart your wisdom into the collective, in whatever form that might be for you, whether it's through writing, channeling energies like I do. But we're in this very powerful gateway portal of self-development and recognizing where we've neglected our true self and where we need to nurture the parts of ourselves that were unloved in the past. When we step into growth, then we step into working on ourselves. And when you work on yourselves and you bring that light into the collective, then we can help others find their inner light too. So let's see what needs to come through with the Illumination Oracle deck. Pay attention to the details. Where are you still clinging to some pride and some ego? Because, you know, the spiritual journey really doesn't have any place for the lower ego desires. It's about, you know, having a healthy sense of ego. It's like reprogramming the egoic mind to, you know, live a life of compassion is kind of what's coming through. So we'll get some Illumination Oracle messages, and then we're going to jump in with some tarot. So we'll see what else needs to come through. Work through any fear of stepping into your power. You're going to want to read between the lines. You're really going to want to pay attention to the fine details in the energies today. And we get the World card, travel. So I kind of just feel like something is definitely coming full circle, and there's that inadequacy. And so go into any feelings of doubt and inadequacy and fear today. And you might want to navigate carefully through the energy. I do feel a soulmate connection is trying to come through. But where do you need to release any fear-based thinking? I feel like this rebirth energy. If you look at the little bunny in the corner, and I remember that feeling, oh, and I just noticed this recovery card. Do you notice that, you know, when you first wake up, you're scared, you're not sure. All of these new senses are all around you. And you kind of got to navigate carefully when you first come into this rebirth energy. So I feel somebody is really navigating through any feelings of inadequacy, any feelings of not feeling worthy or rejection. And maybe you have recently experienced some upheaval in your life. And there is this need to heal your heart, your mind, and your body. Maybe you have children. Maybe children have been a factor when it comes to your spiritual journey. But I kind of feel, get ready to receive some blessings. There's always something deeper to explore. Always read between the lines. And I do feel a soulmate connection is trying to come in, and maybe this door is not going to fully open until you release any feelings of inadequacy, of not feeling worthy, not feeling good enough. And maybe somebody has recently gone through some upheaval, and maybe children have been a factor in your life when it comes to calling in a soulmate connection. But the energy is feeling very expansive. I'm being told Jupiter, so expansion, blessings. And when we awaken to our cosmic truth, that in itself is a blessing, because when we tap into all of our artistic talents and our creative abilities, that is how we create unlimited abundance. So, you know, the gift that keeps on giving. So let's get a couple of Archangel Power tarot cards, if I can say that right. And we'll get a couple major arcana before we jump in with a tarot spread for the energies today. What other energies does the collective need to be aware of when it comes to this message today? The moon. Face your fears. It's really time to face your fears. We're all being kind of presented this opportunity to improve our lives, and we go into the fear. The moon is how we regulate our emotions. So look at maybe your moon aspects in your chart. Look at that. Big changes on the horizon, the tower. And then we get the world, and I felt that energy with the High Priestess. So many of us are coming into a lot of higher frequency light code activations, downloads, and this is where we kind of embrace all of these powerful psychic insights. So when we embrace this integration process, we do have to spend a lot of time in reflection and meditation. And that is where we can understand all of this valuable information that is washing over us. And I feel many in the collective are reaching this place of peace, of bliss, of peace. And I was taken back to that energy the beginning of my journey when I did first meet my counterpart. And before the breakdown and the blockages kind of got in the way, I had never experienced that type of blissful peace in my life than in the presence of my counterpart. And then, you know, you go through the breakdown because the blissful stage never ever lasts very long. It could last several months, and then all of this fear kind of comes into the connection, and then you fall back into these 3D South Node patterns, and then when you feed the fear, it creates all of these blockages when it comes to having that peace in your life. So there's definitely something coming full circle in the energies today when it comes to our spiritual growth and all of these insights that we have been receiving. We all have high priestess capabilities, so you could be dealing with the Pisces, with the moon, and the high priestess is a lot of Pisces energy coming through. I'm a Pisces rising. We're kind of all being asked to listen to our intuition, and that is where the most accurate guidance comes from. We can always seek out other spiritual teachers and healers, but ultimately, you already have the answers that you seek from the inside. So you're going to have to face your fears if you're to grow stronger and accelerate along the journey, because we're coming into this breakdown of all of these false foundations. I love how the cards beautifully go with what I channel in the energies with the astrology. So where are you needing to embrace freedom in your life? Because when we embrace this sudden revelation of, hey, I'm worthy, I have everything that I need, I don't need anything outside of myself, that's when we can break down all of these falsities, all of these status quo energies, all of this mental programming from childhood. And we can stop the procrastination, and we can embrace new opportunities that this change is bringing, because there is like this heart awakening. Oh my God. And the Lovers. There is a new beginning around the corner. We are manifesting these divine unions, these sacred partnerships, and we are ready for this positive new emotional experience in our lives. So if you've been met with all kinds of unfulfilling romantic relationships, today would be the perfect day to reflect on why you have repeated this pattern. And it's likely something that you learned from your parents or from society. You look at even the movies, like romance is just all fluffed up there. And let's face it, a solid relationship is a lot of work. It takes a lot of communication, a lot of hard work. And if you want that fulfilling romantic relationship, that deep and lasting spiritual relationship, you kind of have to open up to a new experience and stop repeating these cycles. So get ready to make a choice from your heart. If you want a deeply emotional commitment, you're going to have to embrace the power of self-love, because we are starting brand new cycles. We're entering into a whole new life force energy collectively. And when you truly find your inner purpose, and you can forgive the past with compassion and review the past with compassion and grace and gratitude, then you can embrace all of these spiritual insights, and you can truly make a choice from your heart. So a decision is being made when it comes to a pathway. Maybe somebody here is needing to choose between two lovers. The Lovers is always a choice between two. Do you want healthy reciprocal love, or do you want karmic toxic love is a big question. And you know, and sometimes we do have to spend many years in solitude integrating all of these lessons to prepare for this new emotional experience. So I do feel a new emotional experience is on the horizon. And let's dig in with some more tarot and see what else needs to come through. I think we're going to do the Tarot of the Divine today. Beautiful. I love it when that works out like that. We have the Page of Coins, brand new experience, manifestation energy. I feel like this rebirth, if you look, there's like two white stags. And that might indicate a choice between two people. Maybe there's a feminine needing to choose between two men. It doesn't have to be. But a brand new experience, a brand new journey, a clean slate beginning is kind of what I'm feeling. It's childlike energy coming through. And I think maybe you're going to have to do a lot of work. But I feel a connection here trying to come together where the roots run very deep. And maybe this has been a long time coming. So get out of that lack mentality. Get out of that victim mentality. I feel You know, we all go through moments in life where maybe we get left out in the cold, ghosted, but we can't stay in that energy forever. We can't stay at that rock bottom. We're kind of here to embrace these changes. And then we get the Five of Cups when I split the deck. So there's changes. There's a need to go into any past pains, any past regret, any past heartbreak, and to finally learn the lesson in its entirety, so we can finally lay down this burden once and for all. When we really understand that core inner wound, and that's where we, you know, go into that Chiron aspect to understand these negative repetitive patterns, then we can break free from this victim mentality, that lack mentality. So we're going to do a 9-card spread. We're going to take it back old school like I used to do, and we're going to get 9 cards out. And I will clarify if need be. That's so interesting. The Page of Coins just flipped out in reversed with the 5 of Swords in reversed and then the Queen of Cups. So let me get them all out and then I'll show them to you, and we're going to talk about this energy. So that Queen of Cups is saying, hey, protect your cup. Trust in your intuition. You already know the answers. So there's definitely something coming full circle. We just got the 10 of Swords. So we're closing out all of these cycles of betrayal. We're closing out all of these cycles of deceit, manipulation is what I'm feeling. Dead central energy. I love it. Beautiful. We get the King of Swords. So, and there's a beautiful Phoenix on the card. So we're breaking free from these old mindsets is what I'm feeling. We just got the 8 of Swords. Got to get 3 more cards out, guys, and then we're going to talk about these energies. Perfect. Okay, so this is really beautiful. So in the past, you know, somebody was definitely met with a very manipulative situation, whether this is this Queen of Cups that was a manipulator. You know, we all go through cycles of emotional manipulation, self-deception. So I feel there's recently been a withdrawing from a very toxic situation that was riddled with, you know, manipulation, power struggles, self-deception. And I feel it's really time to protect your energy, to protect your heart, to cover that cup. This cup is covered. I'm not giving you nothing. Nothing. She's not giving anybody love but herself is what I'm feeling. She's holding the Ace of Cups and she's got it covered because she doesn't want to go into another cycle of self-deception or manipulation. So there's recently been a withdrawal or a false start that's come to a close because it was based in an old mindset, based in an old cycle of manipulation, betrayal. And there's where that healing comes in, that reflection of, hey, how did I get here again? How the heck did I get here again? Betrayed. And then there's this energy, dead central, of getting rigorously honest with yourself, putting in those firm boundaries. King of Swords. So you could be dealing with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but you know, it's time to get out of that fear-based energy, that 8 of Swords. You can't keep hiding in the shadows, pretending to be somebody that you're not. You know, it's kind of time to break free from these outdated beliefs, from this mental prison, and to step into our authenticity, because that truly is the pathway of healing. We get the Star, so Aquarian energy, the Page of Swords, and the 9 of Cups. So, you know, in the past, you were met with manipulation, deceptive behaviors, and maybe you had to experience a loss, a financial loss of some sort. It was definitely a false start. It was an illusion, and I think it was a major lesson in harnessing your own powerful psychic abilities, trusting in your intuition. You know, we are here to be open and give freely, but we can't give so freely that we allow others to deceive us and manipulate us and betray us. So it is this rising from the ashes energy, very masculine energy. We all have feminine and masculine. What I really like is the combination of the heart and the logic. Because we are here to follow our hearts, but we do still have to have a little bit of logical sense in the matters. So I feel a lot of truth is being exposed when it comes to an old mindset or somebody feeling trapped in a situation that was riddled with all kinds of deception. And, you know, maybe it did bring you to your knees. And maybe it hurt, but maybe it opened up your heart to a new way of being, because as we're breaking free from these old traditions that are no longer working, we're stepping into healing. We're stepping into wish fulfillment. and we're learning something new with the Page of Swords. So get ready to learn something new about yourself that maybe you didn't know before. Pages are fresh, new energy. And on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Three of Wands. So it's about taking that first step and climbing Jacob's ladder, climbing the ascension ladder. And we take it one step at a time. And when it works on the housing side, we meet our karma in the 12th house. We bury the past. And any skipped steps along the ascension journey, I always call the housing side of the chart Archangel Michael's ascension journey, or Archangel Michael's AA, Ascension Anonymous. And we kind of got to take one step at a time. And any skip steps, you're going to have to go back and revisit that lesson throughout your housing side of the chart. But we're kind of like learning what it is that we want when it comes to wish fulfillment. There's a lot of healing taking place in the energies, without a doubt. There is wishes being granted, and maybe it's going to require sending somebody a message. Maybe it's going to require breaking the ice and having that conversation, that long overdue conversation, because the Three of Wands to me is like a manifestation energy as well. You've waited a long time for this conversation to come full circle, and maybe you both needed to learn how to drop your defenses. Maybe you were both kind of operating out of your shadow self, and it led to a lot of heartbreak and a lot of pain. There's somebody here that, is learning to drop their defenses. I also feel it's kind of time to mend these bridges from the past, more Pisces energy, and to heal any brokenness on your heart. We're never ever truly broken. We can always put ourselves back together in a different way. So it's time to heal this pain on your heart once and for all. And then there's that lover. So there's definitely going to be an unexpected choice in love. I think we're all kind of leaving this third party drama behind, these inconsistent relationships, non-committal, back and forth. We're releasing this power struggle so we can manifest these solid committed partnerships. So there's going to be a fated turn of events, positive change for the better. And this is going to be an opportunity to finally do the hard work and lay a solid foundation, but you're going to have to release a burden from the past. There's something that needs to completely die away and be released if you are to birth this brand new life and move towards victory and success. So there is like this karmic rebalancing taking place in the energies, truth about what it is that you need to walk away from. And maybe you've been holding on to a missed opportunity from the past, and maybe it's time to release that and to, graduate to the next level. So definitely crossroads energy when it comes to stability, foundations, and a healing journey. So let's look into this Queen of Cups, Temperance, Six of Cups, Two of Coins, another energy of crossroads, decision time. Making that final decision. I do feel there's going to be an opportunity to heal something from the past. Childhood patterns, maybe. Six of Cups is, childhood patterns as well. So there's a lot of nostalgia coming up in the energies, and we kind of do have to go back in time to understand these repetitive cycles. And there's definitely a lot of healing. I'm being shown Kali. So the destruction of the old to bring in the new, and we kind of have to, find that inner balance first before we can release any energies of indecision. But somebody's been on the fence when it comes to maybe a reunion of some sort. And maybe because somebody deeply hurt you in the past. I see the Queen of Swords now in the High Priestess. So very singular energy. The High Priestess takes that time to go within and spend that time alone, focused on her journey, her spirituality, her growth, her expansion, instilling firm boundaries, representing authenticity, and releasing any mental clutter about standing in that light of truth and taking back your personal power. So there's a Queen of Cups here that's been going through a deep period of healing. I don't think she's offered her cup to anybody for quite some time. And there is the possibility of a reunion, possibly with this King of Swords, because I feel somebody is getting ready to come forward with a lot of open-hearted communication. Somebody's rising from the ashes after a very painful situation that caused a lot of betrayal. So somebody's getting ready to communicate. We have a couple of eights. So eights are all about something coming back around from the past. We get the Eight of Coins and the Eight of Wands. So I think somebody's finally ready to come forward and do the work. because something is without a doubt being illuminated, Leo energy, when it comes to putting in the work, when it comes to going after victory and success. And there's that Tower. It's really time to break down everything false in your life and to get rigorously honest about where your heart truly is meant to be. So I feel, get ready to receive some communication. 888. It's kind of in preparation for this Lionsgate. So let's look at this star energy. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is absolutely beautiful. So major shift in perceptions, major shift in consciousness. So somebody's been playing the martyr, playing the victim with the Hanged Man. They've been going within. They've really been integrating a lot of shadow aspects, getting ready to rise as that visionary leader is what I'm feeling. Coming out of the darkness, stepping into the light, because, you know, after the Death card does come the Star. So it's kind of time to reveal who you truly are to the world, to allow anything false in your life to die away. There's profound life transformation taking place globally. And then we get the World and the Page of Cups. So it is kind of time to embrace this new emotional experience, to close out all of these past karmic cycles, and to manifest these divine counterpart unions. So I do think somebody's preparing to send a message, maybe even come forward with an apology, an offer of some sort, after going through a period of profound life transformation, learning a valuable lesson, shifting their perspectives, and really honoring their inner truth. So we'll take a little bit of a look at this Nine of Cups, King of Wands, the Hierophant, Ten of Coins. So stepping into higher level of commitments. We are, you know, going through this period of healing, understanding these lessons in its entirety, healing from all past heartbreak. And this is ultimately bringing in a passionate new beginning. So a couple of Kings, visionary leader energy. I keep seeing this Phoenix rising. So there's definitely a divinely guided union here, stepping into higher level of commitment without a doubt. And this will lead to a legacy that will last a lifetime. And I feel somebody here is really encouraged to follow that higher guidance from Spirit with the Hierophant. Could be dealing with the Taurus, Aries, Leo, Sag. But I feel it's kind of time to honor our truth and to stand in that light of truth and to bring forward these high level, high vibration soulmate connections that will build legacies for the future. So let's get a couple last messages from Spirit. Beautiful energies. There is a brand new opportunity. There is a flame being ignited. And there is a masculine, I feel, getting ready to face the dragon to get the gold. Somebody's coming in for victories. There's a masculine getting ready to boss up and do the right thing. So I think there's a masculine here that's been thinking about making a move for quite some time. And they're coming forward with a gift. They're coming forward with a gift, an offer of some sort. I think maybe they were dealing with somebody that was belittling them, making them feel small, emotionally manipulating them, and they're choosing love. So I think this person's been in your thoughts recently or in your energy field, and you're about to receive a gift. Somebody here has gone through intense purification, and there's a masculine breaking away from a very toxic situation that's really not served his highest good. So if you're wondering if there is possibly going to be a reunion of some sort, and it doesn't have to be somebody you've met this life yet, it could be a past life soulmate coming back in. We have many, many past life soulmates. The answer is yes. And there is without a doubt a divine plan at work. So we are all pillars of strength. We are all pillars of light, capable of overcoming anything we put our mind to. But it's going to take getting rigorously honest with yourself about what is going on and being brave enough to step into that authenticity. Stop overthinking. Overthinking in that Eight of Swords is never, ever going to serve you. Release any obsessive thought patterns, because this is a very auspicious time for the collective. And the outcome is surely going to bring happiness and prosperity. But you have to step into that energy to manifest that in your life. And that's kind of what I've got for a message today, guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin flame reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below, guys. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.